Hello, friends. Glad to have you with us. You know, recently we had the pleasure of visiting in Roanoke, Virginia, at a most unusual and beautiful home. But hear about its construction details as well as decor from the owner himself after this message. You'd never guess it from seeing it from the street, but the unusual home of Howard D. Wolfe of Roanoke, Virginia, creator of the Barn Dinner Theaters, chain which goes right across the country almost at this time, is, well, just a beautiful place. You'd never guess, I think, that it has 5 stories, because it doesn't look that way from the front, and also that it serves as a part-time office. Now, this is so unusual, Howard. I would think that you would almost have had to had some architectural training to design anything so interesting and beautiful as this.
Yes, I did. I love architecture and art. I studied architecture at the university, and one thing nice about the house, I had a good builder, Johnny Ferguson, the local builder, helped me with it, and has great ideas. The house is named the Grandbarker, and there's only 5 people in the theater business in the world that have the title of Grandbarker, and that is an honor bestowed on them because they did something new in show business. So we named the house the Grandbarker.
Oh, that's interesting, Howard. I didn't know that. Now, I think of it sort of as a 2-by-5 house, which sounds kind of crazy, but actually all that's visible from the street, as we said earlier, are the 2 stories with the colonial columns and so on. But in the back, wow, in the back there are 5 stories. Now, why don't you, Howard, explain the 5 stories?
Well, we had to build 2 stories to get up level with the street. When you walk in the street, you walk into the 3rd floor. The 2nd floor is the red room, we call it, which is the Victorian furniture, and you drive in the garage on this floor, and below that is the 1st floor. All the back is in glass. We can see 500 square miles of land. We can see all of Roanoke, the peaks of Otter. We're on top of the Blue Ridge looking at the Alleghenies. We can see south the Blue Ridge Parkway, and it's a beautiful view. Some mornings you can look out and you can't see the city because you're above the clouds.
Of course, this was a natural kind of construction for your kind of lot because, of course, it drops off. It's up in the Peakwood area, and it drops off very steeply. And the 1st floor now, the very first on the back, Howard, do you call that sort of a utility floor? I know that it's self-contained in that it has a kitchen.
Yes, that is our, first of all, I have a fireproof room there for my records and so forth, and we have the butler's closet and pantry and the kitchen there for the domestic help can fix their own food, and the utility rooms and furnace and all the mechanical equipment is on the 1st floor also.
Then what I think of is, you call it the red room, I think. I call it sort of the bar level because one of the focal points of the whole floor is the bar. And you tell everybody about that.
Well, we had some old chairs left over from our bar in Florida, down in Tampa, and they were red velvet, and we more or less built the whole room around the bar stools, you might say. We have a commercial bar. It's leather, and it has old heart pine top on it, and the canopy is velvet, and the wallpaper is all flock velvet. The drapes are velvet, heavy Victorian velvet, and the carpeting is all red, so it's quite a colorful room.
Well, that's what's so unusual about it. I think it sort of reminds me of something theatrical, and the fact that it's well, Victorian is very different, I think, for this kind of room. Then up on the street-level floor, Howard, I found that a lovely floor because, of course, you have special moldings for hanging many original oil paintings.
Well, we like paintings better than furniture. We're short on furniture because we try to buy so many paintings. There's over 2 miles of molding in the house, picture mold, chair rail, and Rococo mold. The picture lights, all the pictures have a circuit of their own. When you throw one switch, the pictures all come on, the lights for the pictures, that is. The house has fire detection equipment wired in with the fire department. We have auxiliary generator equipment, 5,000 storage tanks of fuel and 5,000 storage tanks of water, so we're completely independent for that.
Now, in closing, Howard, tell everybody about the 5th floor.
Well, the 5th floor is our guest house. We have 2 bedrooms, a bath, and a parlor up there, and when we have guests, they have their own house, you might say, and they have a beautiful view from the top.
Oh, that beautiful view. You designed that, didn't you?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we
That is really lovely, and I think one of the nicest things about this home is the fact that it's not sitting on this street saying, look at me, I'm a great big house. How many square feet did you say it had?
There's 8,500 square feet in the house. It has closed circuit television. Because it's so big, we have to have intercom systems to get around in it.
But it doesn't look that way, and that, I think, is